some what I find is seriously challenging stuff here, combining rudiments with clave, with Cuban sensibility at a basic level. The rudiment is the alternate flam. So those are right to left flams, and I'm going to show you how to combine those with basic clave patterns. The eighth note clave is a 2-bar phrase, and it goes like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so those are eighth notes in 4/4. And then I'm going to switch to 6/8. So the eighth note, okay, a little ahead of myself, but the clave in 6/8 is going to be like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. So you'll notice that the clave pattern is 2 bars long. Okay, next step is go from the eighth notes in 4/4 to the eighth notes in 6/8, but accent the clave. So and then back. And that's a very cool African trick, I think. You know, I think they switch from 6 and 8 a lot, or 2 to 3 and 4 to 3 or whatever. They've been doing this for a million years, and that's what introduces a tension and release element to the drumming. It's a trick, it's a magic trick, which allows the drummer to create the illusion of speeding up and slowing down without the time actually moving anywhere at all. So I'm not talking about pushing and pulling. That's another added little spice on top of this kind of thing, but it's talking more about just the basic switching of gears, or creating the illusion of that switch by feeling 6 and feeling 8. Okay, but the center of the pulse is still the same. Tempo, in other words. Okay, now the hard part is going from flams, those alternate flams, to accenting the rumba clave in 4/4. Okay, so what makes this so hard is the accents they come on the alternate, because you're alternating your hands every eighth note. So your hands have to get out of each other's way and really work together here, and that's the first mathematical step that really needs to be tackled when you're at this stage. This is the stage I've found which can really be a challenge and frustrating. Okay, so once you're comfortable with the eighth notes accenting the clave, then you incorporate the 6 change. Okay, so you hear me go from the 8 down to the 6, where the quarter note in the 4/4, or the 8 feel, becomes a dotted quarter. Okay, so the pulse is still the same. It's still very deliberately moving ahead. So you get this to the 6, 8, or 4/4. And the absolute hardest part, for me anyway, is switching within the bar from an 8 to a 6 feel, or the 4/4 to the 6/8 more technically. Okay, it's tiresome BS, all this time signature stuff. But anyway, so you'll hear me go. That kind of stuff. Here we go with the alternate flams. So that took me about 1 billion years to get together, but there you go. I wanted to share this because I think it's really cool, and it should be used after you've got the math down. It should be used musically, you know. Don't use the music to play something technical. Use something technical and cool to play the music, or to improve the music and to give you a wider vocabulary. And another great helper with that is to introduce dynamics and different timbres around the drum set. Okay, so I actually saw a Cuban player, a conga player in Cuba doing this kind of stuff, and it was unreal on the congas. But it's just a neat meshing of worlds, you know, where the North American Western rudiments meet what's in effect a West African approach to, you know, their very, very hard rhythm, but you know, via all that Cuban tradition. So go slow, have fun, and good luck. See you next time.